Hello there. In this video, we're going to go over the requirements for part 3 of the research paper, the outline. We are in week 3's module now, scrolling a little bit further down to assignment 2, and then we click on the title. We will be greeted by a few items. I'm only going to go over this very briefly. The first being a schedule, an overall schedule of what each part of the paper is going to be and when in the course we're going to work on them. Week 1 was when we chose our topic. Week 2 was when we found our sources, and now we are in week 3 where we need to write our outline. And of course, weeks 4 through 7 are also here just to have a heads up of what's coming up next. Scrolling a little bit further down, we have links for the week 1 journal and week 2 journal. If you have not yet completed either of these steps, please do. I want to make sure that you get all of this in time for me to give you proper feedback and guidance. So please, if you have not done either of these steps already, do so as soon as possible. Thank you. If you have done steps 1 and 2, go a little bit further down to step 3, and you'll find that there are some resources to help you get started with creating your outline. I'm going to go over the first one, which will take you to a Grammarly page titled How to Write an Outline in 5 Steps. The 5 steps themselves are a little bit further than I would like them to be. For some reason, they're closer to the bottom. But they are highlighted by the subtitle How to Write an Outline in 5 Steps. These 5 steps are actually very close to how we will write the paper in the remainder of part 2. So I don't want you to focus on this too much. It is excellent reading if you need some ideas and want to go more in depth with the outline writing process. But where I want you to spend the most of your attention, or rather, spend the majority of your attention in looking at this resource, is actually, let me go further here. What does an outline look like? This is a little bit before midway down the page. And this is a template, an example of what your outline can look like. Notice that it's just very briefly talking about what each part is going to have in it. It's not full paragraphs. I do not want you to write full on paragraphs for the outline. In fact, I want to actively discourage it. This is more so a roadmap and an overview of what your paper will be talking about. This is in preparation for your first draft, in which you will need to write paragraphs. One addition that I've created for this part of the course is a fill in the blank template, which mimics the style of the Grammarly one, in which you basically fill in each of these areas with your research and your topic that you've chosen for part 2, or rather, step 2. If I were to fill this out myself, I would choose to write about the band Black Sabbath. I love heavy metal, I love the band's contribution to the genre, and so I want to write about them. My topic would then be the history and impact of Black Sabbath. And for whatever your musical topic is, that would go here. Your introductory paragraph serves to introduce the reader, hence the name, to not only your topic, but what specifically about your topic you're going to write in your essay. So that's where subtopic 1, subtopic 2, and subtopic 3 would go. Going back to my topic about Black Sabbath, I would want to talk about the history of the band, their impact on heavy metal, and some essential listening albums. Those would be my top 3. And then essentially, you put each of those topics in their own section here. So, supporting paragraph 1 would talk about subtopic 1, and then evidence is basically supporting details or details about that subtopic. And it's the same for supporting paragraph 2 and supporting paragraph 3. When you reach the conclusion, you basically want to restate what you've already talked about and share your thoughts and opinions on your given topic. So it's kind of like a recap, so to speak. You're welcome to use this template, or you're welcome to create your own. Just make sure that it is in either .doc or .x format. And you're also given in part 2 of this step Word directions or a Word document detailing all of the directions I just stated in more detail. And with that, that is an explanation for part 3 of the research paper assignment. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you are welcome to get in touch with me at any time. You always have my ear. Music be with you.